the Steelers are 2-0. Justin Fields hasn't lit up the scoreboard, but they're 2-0. He hasn't made the mistakes. He did have an incredible throw to George Pickens that got called back due to a hold. But so he's shown flashes, but they're 2-0. Is there a possibility that he's earned the job and they'll just let Russ try and get as healthy as possible in case he's needed? Tom?
Well, I think that this is important to understand about the way that Russell Wilson is wired. This is a guy who, 4 or 5 years ago in Seattle, played 1 week after suffering an MCL sprain in one leg and a high ankle sprain in the other. He's always found ways to, come out and be the superhero and play through anything and, make the most of it. Now he's in a place in Pittsburgh where he's kind of being told, we're not going to operate that way. Russell Wilson has told him for 2 straight weeks that he can play. He made a pitch in Atlanta in week 1 that he can do this thing. He went through a pregame workout. Same thing, going to Denver this past week, though I think at that point it was a little more apparent that he was not going to be in there. I would fully anticipate that Russell Wilson's going to continue to make that pitch. I'm healthy. I can go. I'm doing everything that you're asking me to do. But for Mike Tomlin, he's watching them win games with Justin Fields playing much the same way that he was hoping Russell Wilson was going to be able to play. In other words, we haven't seen Justin Fields have the hellacious big play, the eye-popping run. As you said, he had a couple of big plays, that either got called back or something didn't go his way in the game against Denver here. But more importantly, he's not turning over the football. He's not putting the ball in harm's way. He's running when he needs to. He's not taking the chances he's not supposed to. And I think realistically, when you're talking about one guy being early in his career and another guy being, 34 years old like Russell Wilson is, you probably say that it might be a little bit more upside in Justin Fields. There have been so many times when, in the non-Ben Roethlisberger parts of this where Mike Tomlin has let guys basically hang on to the job until they throw it away. I mean, I was at a game, I want to say it was in Cleveland like 4 years ago, where you remember Devlin Duck Hodges was having a pretty good run and he was making some plays, but then he got a little loose with the football. And I was told, hey, if Duck throws it away again, he's probably getting benched in this game, but Mike wants to give him every opportunity to keep that job. And sure enough, Duck threw another 1 or 2 ducks, and he was out of the lineup in that game. Same thing last year with Kenny Pickett, who he was saying, hey, I'm fully healthy. And they were going, well, still working your way back. We're going to stick with Mason Rudolph. That's like the organizational philosophy that encompasses the Steelers as a whole. It's, people wanting Mike Tomlin. When are you going to make a move there? Well, Mike is competitive. He hasn't lost the room. I talked with Art Rooney about this summer. They're still gravitating toward him. They're still believing in him. And so we want to give him every opportunity to be that guy. When the entire world was calling for Matt Canada to be fired, it was Mike Tomlin who kept saying, we're staying the course, until he got to a point where he felt like he could not do that. With Justin Fields, you're not being inundated with it's not good enough. It is good enough right now. And so I would not anticipate that he's going to put Russell Wilson back in simply because it's Russell Wilson's job. At this point, Russell Wilson never took a snap in a game, a regular season game for the Steelers here. And so let's continue to monitor how he refers to, the position here. Let's, as Mike Tomlin would say, Rich, the participation will be their guide. As long as Russell Wilson remains limited in terms of the participation, there's probably not much of a conversation to be had in Mike Tomlin's mind, particularly when Fields is playing the way that he is.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.